cry, Joe.
Well, what can I say about my little sister? Little Amy. Also affectionately known over the years as Abby, and Abs, and of course, most recently, Reeker. Well, I've known her for 30 some odd years now. I mean, I must have formed some kind of opinion of her, right? Well, for one thing, she really isn't my little sister. Obviously, I'm much bigger than her, especially in the hair department. And sure, she's younger than me by almost 2 years. I made my debut in '73 and she in '75. But sometime after around, say, 1985, she had already begun to eclipse me in emotional maturity, general wisdom, and of course the ability to form logically coherent thoughts. In fact, this gap continued to widen throughout the 90s. And by the early 2000s, it was an unmistakable landslide victory for my younger sibling. I'm serious. I remember my parents used to just shake their heads saying things like, "Look how much more poised she is." And wow, she's giving her older brother dating advice. And of course, do you think this is screwing up his self-esteem? Indeed, my sister was a bright, shining light, which over the years would forcefully illuminate for all to see every single blemish I possessed. This is why I often hesitate when I attempt to label her as a little sister. In actuality, she is more of a big tormentor. Perhaps at this moment I should give you all a little more background. From the very beginning, my sister was a voracious reader of numerous kinds of fiction and nonfiction. And one of the common side effects of this was not only an extraordinary level of literacy, but also a very keen sense of humor. She was an excellent student and an actress in her thespian troupe in high school. She was then accepted to Harvard University, where she would graduate with a Bachelor of Arts degree in English, naturally. After several years of being a successful corporate consultant, she then went to Stanford University and got her MBA. And now she's the CEO of a wonderful nonprofit firm in the Bay Area. In other words, I cannot stand her. Now I know you think I'm joking around and this is all fun and games, but I'm serious. One of my many problems is that I tend to make people chuckle when I'm trying to be serious. I'm bearing my soul here, trying to show you all, with the only chance I have to express publicly how much my sister has tortured me throughout my life, how everything has been downhill since Luke and Laura on General Hospital, and all I get are these uncomfortable giggles. Oh well. And all joking aside, I have always performed a very thorough job of vetting every single guy that has come anywhere near my sister. And I did this without really trying. Sizing people up is something I do as an almost reflexive habit. Even if it's some random fellow walking down the street who may have been staring at her for a bit too long, I would stop, I would point at him, and say, "What are you looking at? You want some of this? I'll kick your ass, buddy. And I'm just the guy that can do it." But by the time Michael came around, I had begun to let my guard down. Perhaps it was simply battle fatigue. There were just too many guys who had crushes on Amy to keep track of them all. But I think the truth is that I could tell pretty early on that Michael was solid. I don't mean solid in the strictly physical sense. What I'm referring to specifically is character. A whole slew of things that you can often just sense about someone. The way one speaks, mannerisms, body language, and a whole host of other intuitions that can be sensed, yet cannot be fully comprehended or codified. There are also more tangible things, like simply keeping one's word. You see, I live in and grew up in Los Angeles, Hollywood, Lots and lots of flaky people. Michael did not set off any of those old familiar flake alarm bells. I began to wonder if I was going soft or if he was really just a good man. Well, time will tell now, won't it, Michael? In all seriousness this time, I am very happy to see that Amy and Michael have decided to spend their lives together. I vividly remember getting the phone call from Amy when she told me she and Michael had made the decision to get engaged. I can still hear the ecstatic yet timorous sound of her voice, the excitement she could barely contain. And from that point in time until this very moment, they have both put in an extraordinary amount of effort so that we can all share this special day together. So, let's raise our glasses and toast the bride and groom. Little sister, I love you. And Michael, I'm very proud to have you as a member of our family. Thank you.